Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black society. Yeah, yeah.
You recall seeing him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
Can you tell me what you saw? Does anything seem strange to you about the difference that people are saying of how he was separated from the group?
No, ma'am. I don't think that Nolan would say, "Hey, bro, I'm staying with this girl on the island. Y'all go ahead and go back," without even bringing it, like not even asking to get his phone back. You know what I mean? I don't think that any of that.
What makes you so
But
sure about that? Because I mean, obviously you've been with him, you've spent a lot of time with him. Did you know him to be someone to leave his phone or even say, "You guys go without me"?
never, I've never known Nolan to stay back while his friends leave. He's always been a guy where if he rode with you, he's gonna come back with you. That's always how he's been every single time.
You know, this friend of his, Trayston, also told ABC that that video people have been talking about that was said to show some sort of altercation, it did not involve Nolan. He says it was actually him yelling in the video and that you and a family member were holding him back because he'd been in a fight. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. We were calming Trayson down in that video where he said, "Give me my effing phone back." It sounds like him, so I'm pretty sure that he was right on that. But
Javon, I'm so sorry to think about what you must be going through and thinking about what's happened to Nolan. I mean, you mentioned a phone. Tashima, a huge question so many people have is why he would have left his cell phone behind. And you say you were the person who actually went and retrieved that phone for the family. How'd you get your hands on the phone? Where was it?
That is correct. Christine called me and told me, "Hey, where are the boys? Nolan hasn't been heard from since such and such time. Where are your boys?" I said, "Well, Javon is with his girlfriend, and I just spoke with Jalen, and they are headed to downtown," which I was literally getting ready to get in the shower to go downtown as well. She said, "Well, Nolan hasn't been." So I instantly called with Christine on the phone, Javon. Javon said no, he hadn't seen Nolan since early on the island. And he was like, "What? Are y'all serious?" We was like, "Yes." And so Christine intervened in the conversation, said, "Nolan has not have been heard from since he left the island." So Javon was like, "Well, that's when I seen it. I haven't seen it since then." Again, everybody goes their separate ways. So I then hang up from Javon because obviously there's nothing he can say to tell me anything. So then Jalen, I call him. Jalen did not answer the phone. Christine again is on the phone. Jalen did not answer the phone. LeBaron, I called after he didn't answer the phone. I called LeBaron, which is their other friend, LeBaron Broomfield. He answered. He said, "Jalen is in the gas station. Hold on." So he said, "Hey, Jalen, Mom on the phone." So he was like, Jalen, like, "What's up, Mom? What's going on?" I was like, "Hey, have y'all heard from Nolan?" They said, "No, we have not heard from Nolan."
But where was the phone?
So I was like, "Well, okay." So that's when we started tracking the phone. Well, for Christine, it said one place, but for them on Snapchat, it showed another place. So that's the place we went to. And it showed that everybody that was in the house, it was like a lot of people there. Like I'm not familiar with all the kids. I only know like one or two people there. But it showed that the phone was at what a lot of people were at. So that's how we knew where to go to. We went there. They were all there. They were sitting there, lights off, watching TV.
Did they immediately give you the phone? Because knowing that phone was there.
It took about 15. They did. They gave me the phone, but it took about 15 minutes to get the phone because I even asked, I'm like, "Did y'all have to walk back to Horn Island to get the phone? Or like, where's the phone?" Because it took so long when they said it was when Wyatt told me it was in his truck, it took him so long to get the phone back to me.
Christine,
So when they brought the phone back,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Tashima. I want to hear that.
when they brought the phone, after I said something about it, he was like, "Well, she's going to get."
So there you have it. Nolan Wells' friend Javon did an interview with his mom, Ben Crump, Nolan Wells' mom, Christine Wells, and the interviewer asked some interesting questions. And, you know, I really never looked at this interview until now. I just looked at parts of it. What stuck out to me the most was when the interviewer asked Javon, did he see Nolan Wells? And Javon's mom, she kind of nudged his leg, What for? Why did Javon's mom nudge his leg when the interviewer asked, did you see Nolan Wells? I mean, it's really a yes or no answer. Like, what was the harm in him answering that question to his mom? And let's go into, his mom, Javon's mom, because all along I thought it was Christine that went and got it. Javon's parents. Nolan's parents. But it was Javon's mom who went and confiscated the phone from Wyatt's house. That's crazy. Because I guess she said, you want me to go get it? And she seemed like she real tough. So, it's probably why she went and did it. I think Christine, Nolan Wells' mom's kind of soft-spoken. But Javon's mom, Javon's mom is kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like that. But she went over there, and y'all see what she said. She said it took them 15 minutes to get the phone. 15 minutes to get the phone. Why? Why did it take? And then she said Wyatt kind of had an attitude. And he said, yeah, the girl's going to get it. Like that. Why did he have such an attitude with a person who, matter of fact, was one of his friends' mom? And unless she didn't know him like that, you know what I'm saying? And she was just trying to get, Nolan Wells' phone. What was the harm in that? Like, what stroked his ego? Like, what made it? What angered him? And she also said when she got there, there was all of them that went out there was just in the house, and it was pitch dark, and they in the house watching TV in the dark. That's what she said. They were watching TV in the dark. Seemed like they were pondering, trying to, think of something, doing a little thinking up in there. But, for him, for Wyatt, to get an attitude just because she was asking about the phone and trying to get the phone was crazy all in itself. It's crazy all in itself, And then he said it was in his truck. Why was it still in your truck? But it's crazy. And then I'm thinking he said it was in his truck, but the girl had to go get it. And I think whatever girl was, she went and got it from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't in the truck. Like he lied or something. I don't know, man. Like, it's crazy. But back to the interviewer. The interviewer asked Javon also, okay, now, Tristan said that it was him, and that dude got a problem too, that Tristan guy. Tristan said that it was him that was hollering and screaming and stuff about his phone and giving my phone back and all this other kind of stuff. And she said, and Tristan said that you, talking to Javon, you and a couple of other your friends had to hold him back and was trying to stop him. And Javon said this. He said, and y'all heard him, I'm just trying to clarify. But he said, yeah, Tristan was getting a little loud. and stuff, and we were trying to hold him back and trying to keep him from getting loud and stuff like that. And then he said, and she said, yeah, he said, that was him talking about the phone. And Javon said, well, sound like his voice. So if he said it was him, I believe him. But you just said that you did try to help hold him back. So if you were there holding him back, then you would know if he was talking about his phone or not, or if he said anything about his phone or not, or if it was his voice or not, because you were right there, right? See, I'm telling y'all, things in this case is not adding up, man. And it's between all of them. It ain't just the white ones, too. It's the little mixed ones, too. Like, something is not adding up, man, because they keep giving conflicting stories when people are talking to them, when people are interviewing them. They keep saying one thing, and then they say another. And it's easy to catch them in a lie because they flat out just lie. Or flat out just say anything. So it's easy to catch them in the lies. It's crazy work, man. Crazy work, I'm telling you. This is crazy. But like I said, the interviewer was asking some good questions. But now, one thing he did say now, when she asked him about the phone, about Nolan Wells' phone, he said, Nolan wouldn't have left his phone. He said, no, he don't think Nolan would have left his phone. And then when she asked him about the girl, he said, nah, he said, Nolan would have left with who he came with. Nolan wouldn't have stayed, knowing he came with someone. He would have went back, with the people he came with. You see what I'm saying? So he's debunking everything those other guys were saying on Officer Tatum. He's debunking all of that. All of what those other, what Nolan Wells' other friends were saying. This guy, Javon, is debunking all of that. He debunked all of that. So, but y'all, this is a crazy mystery story on Nolan Wells. But look here, man. Y'all comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what y'all think. Purchase the super thanks, guys, so we can help the channel, so we can help needy families. To the next video. Yeah.